when you're like dealing with someone like that, where would stretching come in? Because I felt like stretching was actually making this problem actually worse. How would you incorporate that into someone's program, or like if someone's injured, how would that kind of come factored in?
So when we talk about stretching, I think it's really important to look through the lens of this software versus hardware
Yeah,
conversation, because when we stretch, a lot of times we think that we can literally like pull our muscles apart and make them physically longer, but
right.
what we really want to do, like that based on the image that a lot of us have of how the body works, that sounds promising, but what we you can lengthen connective tissue, over time, but that takes a long time to remodel. What we really want to do to increase flexibility is relax the muscle, is to change the tone or tension, and that is 100% controlled neurologically. So what we really want to do, if we're talking about stretching to increase muscle, length, or increase range of motion, what we really want to do is change nervous system signal or tone to relax that muscle so that it can accommodate greater ranges of motion. And there, because it's a neurological skill, you really need a neurological input to make that happen. So using the newbie or using other techniques where you are, instead of just kind of stretching and relaxing there, if you're adding in some breathing and you're waiting long enough for the nervous system to relax, there can be some benefits there. Or if you're contracting the opposing muscles, some of that is, some of that can make an impact. But in terms of sorry, there's a alarm going off over there.
No worries.
Uh, I think it's a smoke alarm from someone making my wife making breakfast. So the the nervous system signal really is paramount, and so finding ways to address that are so important. And that's one of the benefits we notice using the newbie, is that we often can help people not only break that spasm and guarding to reduce pain, but also see increases in range of motion pretty quickly, because we can send that signal there to teach the brain and nervous system that can allow that muscle to relax, allow it to go through greater ranges of motion, and open that up. And then there's an interesting question of, okay, if you open up this new range of motion, then can you control it? Because if you go into a new range of motion, if you could only get your arm up to here and now it's getting up to here, but you don't have any control up here, you're then at risk of injury also there. So then you have to be able to create strength and motor control and coordination in those new ranges of motion. And again, those are neurological skills. And so using a tool like the newbie can be very beneficial there, as can isometrics at the extreme joint angle, where you really get to focus on muscle recruitment over a period of time. And strength training through complete ranges of motion can be helpful. Some of these more traditional approaches, as long as you apply them in the right way, and it really helps to keep this software and hardware framework in mind. But that's the main thing, is that we want to think about stretching more from the software side